Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So with Ethereum, we continue to track here the bullish potential in a 1-2 setup. That we say this was a 5-wave impulse to the upside in a wave 1, moving up to $2,030, and we are now coming down in this wave 2. So that is a bullish potential because the next wave, as per this setup, would be a wave 3. That could take us to $3,000 or beyond. But the correction down doesn't look finished yet. Still waiting for one more dip. That would be ideal. It doesn't necessarily need to do it, but at the moment for me it looks like we are going to get it. And we're going to zoom in a minute. But yeah, this whole 1-2 setup is valid until we go below $1,000. So the $1,000 level would be for me invalidation point. It doesn't strictly invalidate it. In a 1-2 setup you can theoretically all the way come down to the June low, $880, but in reality if you break below the 78.6% fib level, it basically becomes very unlikely. If we get below that level, and that level is, well, first level, and that's why we've got the green target box here, is the 1130 level. That is why the 1130 level has some meaning as well. And then the key level here for me is as well the 88.7% fib level. That is the $1,000 level. I'm putting emphasis on it as well because it is a very clean number, the 3 zeros, and that will be highly important as well. And below that level, I think we're going to break $880 as well. And below $1,000, I would view this setup as basically invalidated. Now, where are we then here in the short term? Because this is what is now interesting. There are, let's say, three main scenarios that I'm looking at here at the moment. The first setup, or the first scenario, which at the moment is already getting quite unlikely with the latest drop here, that when we came down, that is for me that we have come down. So basically we're coming down here in this ABC pattern from the high at $2,020, ABC. In the C wave, you see the red count here, where we say we came down in a 1, moved up in a 2, came down in a 3, we're now in a wave 4, and will come down in another wave 5. Now, in this wave 4, one scenario, again, which is now getting a little bit unlikely, is that we have moved up in a wave W, so a corrective wave pattern, W, X, Y, that we're now in the wave Y, and in the wave Y we have A, B, C. So that there should be another push to the upside in a wave C. And this is valid as long as we are holding the 1280 to 1290 range. But the most imminent possibility how the wave B is counted as a triangle, I think this is, this could break. This could break. Because as soon as you break below the low of the wave A, that's it. And we've already come down to 1324. 1317 is the low. So we might have to take the triangle out in the end, and it is something else. But the wave B, as I said, can without a problem come down to 1280, 1290 before we push to the upside. While doing that, we'll probably push or touch this ascending trend line down here. And then we could move up in C, pushing maybe into the region 1450, 1460 to finish off that wave Y. So that is still on the table here as a possibility, and then to come down, right? The other possibility, in case we break down straight away, in that scenario, I would actually say that this here was the wave 4 high. It's a scenario I showed you a few times before, and that we have done here from the wave 4 high. We have moved down in a wave A. We have then moved up in a wave B, topped here at 1384 basically, and we are already coming down in wave C. So that would be the imminent sell-off scenario. By the way, I take the triangle out now just to avoid some of the confusion here, and I'll put that into a different color. Why do we not choose pink today? And this would mean that we topped here in wave B yesterday, on the 6th of October that was, and we're now coming down. And we don't have 5 waves down yet from the top, but I think we'll get the 5th wave. So the way to look at this is in a wave C, a 5-wave pattern. And this is how it would look like. Just put on here so that you can see. I'll take it off afterwards. That we move down here in 1, there'll be a wave 2 retracement, so there will be some upside in a wave 2 anyway. Then we'll come down in 3, moving up in 4, coming down in 5. And that would finish off this overall correction here, and then we should move up. So that is certainly a key possibility here that we need to have on the radar. That off again could just confuse us if I have too many counts on the chart. And the third possibility, and that would be the, let's say, the bullish possibility, but I think it's struggling at the moment, and it's also not high confidence, is that we, in the blue count, that we already moved up in a 1, we came down in a 2. That is basically the breakout scenario in a leading diagonal. We would now be in a wave 3. The wave 3 in itself would consist of 3 waves. In a wave A, down in B, now moving up in C of 3. And again, the wave C has 5 waves. And we could say that this here is a 1-2 setup. So again, I'll take that all off the chart afterwards, but just to not to confuse you, but to give you an idea. This a wave 1, then coming down in 2. Again, this needs to hold 1280, 1290. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And if we see the 5th wave put in, which I think is probably quite likely that we're going to see it, then this 1-2 is basically unlikely, invalidated, 3, 4, 5 of C of 3. So it all depends on, do we push any lower? I think this 1-2 is basically done. It's not going to happen. So, but yeah, this is where we are. This is the other possibility. But the bullish count, I'm not in favor of, and I would also not really promote it or make it my primary expectation until we really see the 5 waves to the upside. Because it's just a bit unclear, right? At the moment, I predominantly see this as not yet complete. Acknowledge there could be some further short-term upside, but still waiting for that lower low. And that sideways range is just taking so long. It is a bit boring. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.